stuff that happened to children or the stuff that happened to women, obviously I'm a woman, so I wouldn't follow a religion, I'd hope, that is sexist. And so there's a lot of verses about children and women that are terrible. But we have to remember that most of those, and you can bring up a verse if you want, but
Well, I was
I can
about.
tell you right.
See,
Sorry.
here's where we differ. When I read, you just admitted that the Bible kind of degrades women.
No, it does not degrade women. There's stories where people degraded women and then they got punished for that because Jesus is a just God. Or God is a just
Okay,
God,
well,
sorry.
No.
here's what I
I'm
mean.
sorry, John. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. I just want to point this out real quick. When I read Psalms 14:1 and it says the non-believer is a fool, correct me if I'm wrong, an atheist is a non-believer, right?
Yes.
So I see what it says about atheists. As soon as I see that, I'm done. I am not going to sit there and try to justify that and say, well, maybe this, maybe I'm taking it out of context. If you're degrading me or you're disrespecting me, anything like that at all, a book, a person, we're through. And that's what I don't
Yeah.
understand about when
And
women can't speak in church, they got to wait to get home to ask their husbands.
Well, that's not true
in
anymore.
mine,
That was only because
no,
women couldn't get an education
No,
back
that
then, and
you
he
just
didn't want
proved my
people.
point.
no,
I pointed out a verse, and you're saying
my,
it's out of context. That we do this all the time. I don't understand
No,
this.
I understand, but it genuinely is true. Like a lot of these things, and even Christians like say verses that aren't necessarily true. It's just cherry
Right, but
picked. So I'm
but
telling
you
you, like,
said this for slavery and the women already.
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
and what happened to David's concubines, right?
I'm scared to hear this.
could you
I'm just
elaborate?
saying.
Oh no.
No, I'm just saying. So, so David. I can't even do it. Just read it, please. Read
I
it.
think I know what you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure at
This
the
was
end of the
this was it was David's sin
They had
and
them up
his
on top.
concubines.
They had them on top of the roof.
Yes,
That's what I'm
his
saying. There's
concubines were the ones that were punished for David's sin. Tell me that's not sexist. Tell me that David was the one that needed to be punished for that. But no, his women got punished for it. That it's wrong. It's wrong.
I'm
period.
pretty sure he did later get punished for it. No,
He didn't. When did he get? He didn't. He didn't.
No, hold up. Is it May or Ma?
it's my full name's Maylee. Just call me Maylee, please.
Maylee. Let's just
Yeah.
get straight to it. Should an innocent child be punished for his parents' sins? Yes or no?
Absolutely not.
There we go. So there's a lot of
But
verses
that's
where it says, where God is talking to somebody, says, when your son is born, I think he was talking to Aaron. When your son is born, Aaron, I'm going to bring evil to him. What did the kid do wrong? The kid hasn't even been born yet. That's what I'm saying. There's no getting around these verses. There's no justifying it.
well, also, and I hate to do this. Okay, I know
Oh, no.
I'm probably not even gonna like to hear this part either, but
Oh,
a lot
boy.
of it, if it's in Old Testament, that stuff is fulfilled. So laws, not stories, but laws.
No, you didn't
in the Old
just do
Testament.
that. did
Maylee.
It's true. No, it's in the Bible. It's a Bible verse.
Maylee, cut it
I'm sorry,
out.
guys. I know it's not gonna hear because it kind of like disproves y'all's argument, but it's true.
It
No,
doesn't.
I don't want to
It
be that type of
doesn't.
person. I'm sorry, but
No, you're.
It
true.
proves our argument that the Bible is sexist and racist and wrong in
It's
every
not
way.
sexist
That's all
or
it does.
racist.
Can I ask you something,
I'm
Maylee?
sorry.
Yes, sir.
And this is going to sound sarcastic. It's really not. Okay.
Good.
When
No
you're
worries.
saying when you're talking that way, saying no, it's not sexist. Is there some kind of fear in the back of your head saying, "Boy, I better stick to this story because if he's up there and he's real, he's going to get me." And I don't mean no disrespect or being sarcastic, but is that what's going on?
No,
Not at
it's
all.
not. No, sir, it's not.
There's no
Because
kind of
I know
fear,
in my
nothing.
heart that no, no. The only fear I have of God is respect. I don't have any type of fear. I think a lot of Christians do, but
But
real
I mean,
Christians.
you admitted that an innocent child should be punished, and when I point out a verse that says, "I, God, I'm going to punish your child when born," I don't understand. I'm just really confused. I mean, it says what it says. You admitted that an innocent child shouldn't be punished,
Yeah,
and God is saying,
I
Aaron,
agree.
when your
I'm sorry,
son
I'm
is
like
born,
searching up the full context
gonna-
because I haven't read that part yet.
no, I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, no, I believe you that that's in the Bible. I'm trying to see the full context.
And
to
I think it's
further prove my point.
I think it's
I'll admit if
Exodus
I'm
where he
wrong.
says, I'm gonna
Yeah.
punish the children's children. That's what I'm saying. That there's just this is just unnecessary.
I think it might be from what I'm seeing, and I could be wrong again because I will admit I haven't read this part of the Bible. I've read a lot of it, but I am a new believer, so maybe for like 2 years now. So I haven't gotten around to reading the whole entire Bible
Fair
yet.
enough. Fair
But
enough. I appreciate you being
yeah,
honest.
but yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not up here to lie. What I was going to say though, from the stuff I've seen on this verse, I think it's kind of giving an analogy, not necessarily like, oh, your son is going to get punished because you did this sin. I think it's saying like in like literally like passing down from family to family. Like if you like
But
it's just basically applying
It
like
says,
sorry, I'm
but,
sorry,
but,
so bad.
but
It's like
what,
adding
what I'm
up.
saying is, like, I was trying to agree with you earlier, Maley. There are some verses where we might be looking at it the wrong way. Maybe we have to look at it this way, out of context. I agree with you. There's a lot of verses like that. But my point is, there are a lot of verses where you just can't get around them. It says what it says, and it means what it says. So if he says, I'm going to punish your son when born, it means I'm going to punish your son when born. That's wrong. That's evil. That's just
Yeah,
so
no, I understand it is, but it's Adam and it's talking about like Adam and Eve, how whenever they did the apple and they
Mike, can I say one thing?
Yes.
So David's 1 week old son was punished with a sickness because David slept with another woman. Okay? His son God made his son sick because David, his father, basically slept with another woman. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. That kid read the verses, read the Bible. That kid suffered because of his father's sins that child, that infant had nothing to do with. Okay? That child suffered and passed away because of his father's sins. You have to think about that.
And again, Maley, we're not saying drop your belief right now. We're just saying, hey, when you go home later, make think about it.
Not at all.
But yeah, good point,
just
Danny.
think about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I understand.
Yes.
I'm not even here to convert y'all either. That's not
No,
what
I
I'm here
know.
to do. But
Well, Maley,
yeah.
like, there's a bunch of verses where it says like God loves you or Jesus loves you, right?
Yes.
Could you give me a reason why I couldn't do that with that verse? So if you said, John read it says Jesus loves me, I could say he really doesn't mean that, Maley. I think you're taking it out of context. He means he loves this person. Like, couldn't I do the same thing?
Well, because that isn't a story. That's more of something that God said.
Yeah.
So
But what I'm saying is, here's what I'm trying to say. How do we get confirmation on what it means? To go to the author of the book.
honestly, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. But we need to go to the author of the book to see what he means, right? But we can't do that.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their own interpretation, and I think that's the way it should stay. And again, you're not forcing it. I know you're not, but I was just speaking in general.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, I think everything in the Bible should be taken literally, and I do think that in John 1:1 it said in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So anything that is in the Bible is true. But at the same time, and my point is, I'm not saying that you guys are doing this, and a lot of Christians do this, a lot of atheists do this, everyone does this. Even I do this sometimes on accident. It's very easy to do, but a lot of people cherry pick verses, good or bad, to prove their point. And my whole thing is, I think people should read the entire chapter, the entire book, the entire.
But not when it comes to innocent kids suffering. That's what I was trying to tell you a little while ago.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
what happened with that
there's
was
no excuse. There's no reason. We don't want to know why God commanded, or why, even if God did command it, we don't know why this. That's what we're trying to explain to you. It's irrelevant.
After y'all are done,
when an innocent kid is suffering, it's irrelevant.
After y'all are done, I want to ask her something. After y'all are done.
I'm gonna say this real quick. And like, it is a tragedy what this is, but how I kind of interpreted this was it's not a punishment in like a cruel term, but it's more of a reminder of how deep the cost of sin is. And I don't think it says in the Bible that God later gave them another son out of peace, and that child went to heaven. So, and I think I would even argue, I know you guys might disagree, obviously, since I would assume you guys don't believe in heaven or hell, but
no.
I would, as a Christian, I would rather die right now, a torturous death, or I would rather die right now than wait and not go to heaven. Like, I would rather go to heaven right now if I could.
No,
So
I
do
get
think, in my opinion, I think the child going up to heaven could be saving him. I do also think, and like, this is a hard conversation to have, but this is also why I think kids that have tragic things happen to them because of the world or because of negative things, I think it could also be God shielding them from how terrible this world is. Because I mean, with the current state of everything that's happening right now,
but
it's not necessarily somewhere.
I'm
God's
terrified to
world.
ask this.
That's the thing.
You said God was shielding them. I'm terrified to ask this now. I asked Roy this a few minutes ago. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of little kids have been stuck in basement having these older people do horrible things to them. These little kids are losing the bowels on themselves because they're shaking with fear, which I would be doing the same thing too. I'm 44, and if I was in that position, I'd be losing my bowels all over myself. So it bothers, with all due respect, it really crushes my heart and bothers me so bad when I bring that to y'all's attention, and then you just kind of just throw it off. Like, well, I don't know, maybe he's this, maybe that. I don't understand what's going on. I couldn't do that. I feel so bad for that little kid. If somebody could stop it and they don't, that's the end of it. I don't want nothing to do with that person because I would be labeled as a monster.
I understand that.
So, Maya, would you stop it if you could? If you were in God's shoes, would you stop it?
So
I think
that's what scares me. That pause before answering. That's what scares me, man.
Ouch.
No, but
That's what scares me.
Please just let me elaborate. Okay. I think God is a just God. God is a just God.
He's not. He's not.
No,
I'm so sorry. He's not. Let me shut up. Let me shut up, John.
No, the reason I'm cutting you off is because I'm doing this with every guest now. I keep bringing up a little kid. I'm putting the picture in your head of what that little innocent thing is going through, and y'all jump right over it and say he's just and he's all loving. The reason I'm cutting you off is because I can't even get a word out. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What am I missing?
You will send those abusers to hell. They will get their justice served.
So right, but
No.
do you get that was your response?
No, he actually won't. He actually won't.
Yes,
He
he will.
won't.
Wow.
Yes, he will. God is a
Mine.
just God. He will serve
Why didn't he
justice.
stop? But hold on. So you're admitting that he was watching the child go through that and didn't stop it? Yes or no?
Well, if he stopped it, then we wouldn't have free will. And
No.
It just goes to that whole
Please
argument,
please think about
God.
how bad that little kid is shaking. Please, for 2 seconds.
I understand.
No, I
it's
don't
terrible.
think you do. That's why I'm trying to explain to you.
I do.
The little
You don't
kid is going to
understand.
the
You're not
bathroom on
thinking about
themselves.
it.
They're shaking with fear, and you're saying, "Well, my God can stop it." But anyway, he'll get to it later. We're trying to get you to hear how that sounds when you say it. Like
What you're trying to say is that God is going to send the person who's doing it to the child to hell. That doesn't matter. That child has already been through the horror that it's been through. That doesn't matter anymore. That child's already been damaged. Look what's happened to it. And you're saying that, oh well, God will take care of the person doing it later. Think about the child. John is talking about the child. And there's a God sitting. There's a God. Hold on.
Sorry.
I actually wasn't finished.
I'm sorry.
There's an all-powerful God sitting up here in heaven and looking down on this and like, I'll get rid of the guy that's doing it later. I'll take care of him later. The child is. Think about this, please. Think
when me
about
and Danny are saying is if y'all say you cared about the child, what they're going through, you wouldn't be talking that way. That's what we're trying to say. If you really cared and you knew this guy was watching and didn't stop it, it'd be a different talk right now. That's what
I do care, but I'm not God. I would stop it. But the thing is
wow.
like it just goes down to that whole entire conversation. It's like whenever sin entered the world, that means bad people enter the world. Like there's so many bad people, and the thing is that's all works of the devil. And if God God could stop, and here's the thing, he's such a God of justice that he can't stop one thing.
No,
he would have to stop everything. He would have to stop every single thing.
You're proving our point. We brought up a little kid 15
did you know
times.
Yeah.
And he's just.
Yeah, Mike, did you know that I could be a better God than God is right now? Did you know that? I could actually run this universe in a better way than your God does right now. I could
Yeah,
be
and
a
in the
better
most
God than your
respectful way
God is.
possible. In the most respectful way
No,
possible, people
Maley,
would call you like robots
Maley, with
because
all due
it's
respect,
not
no,
real love.
you have broken my heart
I
today.
can't.
No,
It,
Brian, you're not. I don't think
it
you're
does.
understanding
It
from my
makes
point of
me
view.
sad.
Just
You,
please let me elaborate.
you're
Look,
justifying it. That's what I'm
I'm
saying,
not
man.
justifying
You
it.
are.
I'm not
You said
justifying
take the
it.
Bible literally, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is not fair. Now you're not going to be fair. So Proverbs 15:3, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, watching the evil and the good. So now we know he's watching the little girl go through that. So
Yes.
why is it different?
But
Why is it if me, you, or Danny doesn't help that little girl, we're labeled as monsters and we should be locked up and beat up? If your God does the exact same identical thing, you're justifying it.
okay, as much as I wish that this was okay. For me, I'm not really arguing since from a human perspective, I would argue this on morality. If I didn't believe in God, I would do that too. But and from a logical point of view,
So he gets a.
here's the thing: if
If he's
justice for
God, he
one
gets a free
person,
out.
but here's the thing:
Yeah, that's what
justice
you're
for
saying.
one means
Just say yes.
justice for one means justice for all. So if he were to save,
Justice for
if he
all.
were if he were to save the children that are getting abused, he would also have to save the people that are getting their house robbed, and then he would have to save the people in a genocide, and then he would have to save the people in the war, and then
Oh
every
my
single negative
God.
thing.
So
And
you're
that,
saying
no,
that
what I'm saying is
just
then there would be no negativity, no sin in the world, which
yeah.
means we're all sheep following
So
the God.
just no
because
free
we
will.
have
No free. Do you understand that the no free will argument is completely debunked by the fact that Satan had free will and he chose to go to hell rather than stay with God in heaven?
yeah, because he
That
thinks
whole
he's better
thing.
than God.
Guys,
I'm better than God.
hold on.
I'm better than
Both
God.
of
Dude,
No, you're
y'all,
not.
I
my
mean,
heart has been completely shattered. So I think
I
not only am I
know.
going to get off with y'all, I think I'm going to hop off my live and take a deep breath. Maley, I love you. You're a good guest, but you shattered my heart today with this conversation.
No, I would save them if
Oh
I
my
could, but I'm not
God. No,
God.
it's
So
too
that's
late.
not-
You already. Oh, ouch! It just. I'm not mad at all. You just completely hurt my feelings. You completely.
I just don't think you're fully understanding
No,
what
but
I'm
you see what
saying.
I'm saying though. It's always the other person not understanding.
No,
Yeah.
I
You
understand
said
it,
it.
but
So you have it right over all the other Christians too that read the Bible. Do you not get how that sounds?
no, I understand. I hold myself accountable for that. I admit that.
do.
Hey, baby.
No, listen.
Oh,
If
oh.
God were to give justice
You're going to
to
keep just
everybody
justifying a
right
little girl in the
now,
basement, mate. That's what you keep doing. You're still
I'm
not.
not justifying it. I'm
You are at this very
explaining how
moment.
it works. It's a
You are.
fallacy. You can't have.
A
You
fallacy.
can't like. Yes, you cannot save only one person and then claim that you have justice. You have to save everybody.
It's
Therefore,
a
there would be
fallacy
no
on
free
us when
will.
y'all can't explain when y'all can explain your God belief. It's a fallacy on us, or we haven't read it right, or we're taking. You see what I'm saying?
I know. I'm not saying all that, but I
The
understand
blame
how
is
people.
constantly put on us when y'all can't explain y'all's very bad argument. That's not fair.
I
And
tried
what
to.
would happen?
I'm not
What-
saying that you
what-
guys are wrong in any way. I understand. I mean, I used to be a non-believer, so I understand your arguments. I'm just saying.
Male, you don't.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
If you felt the child's pain, he's like that shouldn't be happening. God shouldn't be doing it now. You would walk away from it. That's what I'm saying. It's that simple. That's what we do, and you're making us out to be like
Yes.
we're the weird and crazy ones. We care about what
No,
happened to that kid.
y'all aren't weird and crazy for caring. It's normal. It's a human. I care too. That's why I'm saying I'm not God. I think the same way.
But
And y'all
is that fair as far as the conversation? So when you put the argument on the table and we break it down and analyze it and get to the God thing, and all of a sudden you go, well, I don't know, I don't know the mind of God. That's what we're saying. That as far as an argument on the table, that's so wrong. That's not fair at all.
Yeah, and May, do you understand that all believers, and I used to do this. I was a believer for close to 35 years. I was a believer, hardcore.
Uh-huh.
And I just want you to think about this. All believers, and I did this myself, all believers, they give God credit for the good things, and they refuse to blame God for the bad. It's just the way it works, and that does not work, okay? That, if you think about that thing logically, it doesn't work. So it's God gets the credit if the abuser of the child gets, you know, let's say gets into a car accident, right? And doesn't get to abuse the child. But it's not God's fault if that abuser comes home day after day, week after week, and abuses that child. That
Well,
is
sorry.
not logical thinking. It just isn't. So somehow God gets the credit for the good. He never gets the blame for the bad. You have to think about that.
I have thought about that, and let me tell you, it says in the Bible multiple times, God is everything good.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's why we blame him for the good
Haley, I
things.
think maybe we'll try it another
And-
time if it's okay with you.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I appreciate you
Okay,
breaking. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry
you
that
breaking my
I
heart.
couldn't. I'm sorry that I couldn't help out, but I hope y'all have a blessed day, and thank you for being respectful.
You too. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Danny, what is
Dude, it makes me want to cry. Dude, it makes me want to cry. Do they not think of that? They don't think. How do you make a person like that think? Think, right?
And again, the blame is always put on us. She was saying these people wasn't
Yes.
reading it right. Well, they took it out, and then me and you
I
not
know.
understanding it right. That's not. That's exhausting.
It's like if you. It is, dude. I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
either.
I couldn't.
I got to get off her, man. She broke my heart, man, because she sounded like a sweetheart, man, and she was just like, "Oh,
Very
yeah, the kids. Who
much.
cares?"
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
going-
and it's like, dude, if that is like, oh man, yeah, I know, but I seriously, I don't know how you do this talking to these people. Like,
Danny,
I can do it. I can do it about once every 2 weeks. I can do it.
Before I hop off, man, like real talk, me sitting by
Yeah.
myself going through that, you probably noticed this because we messaged each other about this before. It really does put a damper on my mood. Like it breaks my heart and just kind of drags me down for a few minutes. But you being on here with